Okay, good morning. Little stack of cardboard at the desk. Clear spot for materials. By the way, oops, I revealed the knife too soon. This is all wood that I got at the Dollar Tree, so I won't get it all done in one day, but I'm just putting it there. And then I got a ton of paperboard and cardboard materials. I won't be processing it all in one day, of course. But I will be working it down. So same thing as usual, 4 hours of mostly paper, board, and cardboard, and then 4 hours of string, twine, yarn, inner tube tires, and stuff. If you watch the vlog, I did not end up getting the hemp rope. I did not want to spend, at that time, $9 or 8 something for it. So since I'm basically just processing it all, I want free or cheap materials. I probably will go to a thrift store one day and just browse, but I've got a lot of materials right now, so I'm good. Today's knife is the CRKT Tuna. I can't remember the steel. I'm going to look it up here and then update it. I think it's 8CR13 MOV. So if it's anything like the Kershaw and the other 8CR13s, the Schrade, it should do really well for EDC. I cannot flick it open yet. But yes, so assuming the heat treat is good. And yes, 8CR13 MOV. Factory edge. Okay, so right off the bat, the frame lock right there is sharp. You can feel that. I feel it. I wonder after 8 hours, though, if it'll become a nuisance or painful. I mean, it's a nuisance already, kind of. And also, this clip, the way it's pointing up like that, I can feel it right here, right there. So, just some first impressions. That's how much stuff we've processed, or I've processed, I should say, so far. But we'll see what happens. It's cutting really well, though. So one thing I like that CRKT and Kershaw does, or no, not Kershaw, CRKT and SOG, is they put the names of their knives on the blade. I think that's good. When you get so many knives, I mean, if you're buying one knife, sure. But if you're buying many knives, I mean, I can't remember all the names, so I do like that. I know there are some people that don't like all the branding. This is not bad. It doesn't say steel, so I would even go as far as to say put the steel, the name of the knife, the designer, to give them credit, and the company. That does not bother me at all. Company and or logo. So just my thoughts. Got some nice, I don't know if it's going to show up. Yeah, I got some nice nail trails going on there. And still cutting paper. And here's what our pile is looking like. Getting a nice stack going on. Cheese and broccoli soup and plain ramen noodles. Okay, so don't really think it requires a lanyard for me. When I cut like this, I still have my pinky resting there on the lanyard holder, whole thing. But I'm going to go ahead add one anyway. So hollowed out paracord. Okay, so I think it's really important to remember that this is not in any ways a scientific test, and that the results are not anything that like are definite, I guess. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but so here is the amount of material. I'm not weighing the amount. I mean, these are things that I could probably do, but I'm not. I'm just using the knife. So I can't say that what I'm doing is 100% accurate. It's just using the knife. So the materials are not necessarily chosen carefully. They're just in a pile, randomly processed. When I get bored, I start cutting something different. And sometimes, you hit harder materials than others. There was some plastic here that I processed. So the point I'm getting at is that this 8CR13, and I tried to clean up the glue. Oops. So it still cuts, but there might be, I guess, a dulling spot. And I guess what I'm saying is it's not performing as well. Yeah, it's not performing as well as the other CR13s, but definitely it still cuts cardboard. This is just a paper test. So yeah, it's I'm not ready to, oh, that was a better cut. I'm not ready to touch up the rod yet, because it's still cutting paper to that point. But yeah, just an interesting note. Also, I haven't really, I mean, I can feel this, but it hasn't hurt. It's just I can feel it. And the clip, same thing, I can feel it, but it doesn't hurt. I mean, it's annoying if you think about it. Anyway, just something I'd point out. After 12 o'clock, I'll be processing some new materials. Picked up some of these wooden dowels at Dollar Tree. They came in a multi-pack. And these erasers are like rubber bands, just thick chunks. They're actually fun to cut. And then I got some cardstock. So, oh, I also found some jute rope at the Dollar Tree and cotton rope. So I'll throw those in the mix too. But even if I have to touch this up, I mean, for the amount of stuff I've processed, wow, that's sharp all along there too. Interesting. I mean, I didn't feel it until now, so whatever. Even if I have to touch this up, I mean, it's still excellent for your daily use. You're not going to touch it up as much as the cutting, unless you're cutting the amount of stuff I'm cutting in 8 hours, and this has only been 4 hours, so. Okay, it is time to switch gears, and we're going to do mostly the rope and rubber bands and wood, and one final test on the blade. I'm going to go ahead and do 20 pull-throughs on the ceramic rod there. Okay, so I did 10 on each side of the sharpener. Already cuts better, so. Okay, so now we're going to process and see how it handles the other materials. So one time on the sharpener. It bit me. That means it likes me. Okay, we are going to cut this short because at 4:30. I do have to get out of here as quickly as possible. I was just advised that there is a Mini Recon 1 clip point available. So I am going to see if I can hurry up and grab it. In the meantime, let's go ahead show you the pile that we've been working on. Actually is a lot of material. I did a lot of just breaking down some of that inner tube rubber so it's a little easier to work with on the desk, and a little bit of rope, not too much, not a lot of rope today, a little bit of whittling but not too much, so mostly rubber and plastic and paperboard and such, cardboard. So we touched this blade up once, 10 pulls or pushes on each side, so 20 total, each side of the sharpener. So it appears to be still cutting paper, and that's even after the rubber, so that's a good sign. And plastic, some plastic. So overall, not bad. I mean, that's a lot of material, and I don't know if that's necessary. That might be more than I've used other 8CR13 MOV steels. But like I said earlier, you know, my tests are not, you know, the word. You know, lots of different variables, too many to really care about. In a nutshell, 8CR13 MOV continues to show that it is a very capable steel, and if you pair that up with ceramic rods sharpener, I only did 20 pulls. If I would have done maybe a full minute, you know, maybe it would have done a better job, but it still cuts paper now, so one time only. And let me handle this next account, and I will give you some of my final additional thoughts on this so I can go get that cold steel knife. Okay, so a couple final thoughts on the CRKT Tuna for EDC, for my EDC testing. I already talked about the blade. It's perfectly fine. It has not wiggled, it has not loosened up. The frame lock, even though I initially said that there was a hot spot, and it's still there, and there's also some hot spots here, it's not anything that I noticed while I was cutting. I just noticed it when my finger maybe grazed. It doesn't hurt, and it's, you know, it's just noticeable, but it's not horrible. Clip hotspot, it still exists, but it's not as bad as other knives that I've had that have the clips that point up like that. So even though I could feel it, it's not bad. And that's pretty much it. So there you go, CRKT Tuna EDC testing, simulation, still centered, not quite flickable yet, but 4:30 gets here, I'm gonna get out of here and get that, hopefully that Recon 1 Mini in the clip point or drop point. I don't know which one it is. It got a little warm in the car. Well, I can't believe it. I came out here and I left my wallet at home. So they're going to hold it for me, the Mini Recon 1 clip point, until Monday. So I get it Monday. They also have a Kershaw Skyline that I'm going to pick up. On the plus side, all that cardboard that was out there, they let me have it. Sometimes when I walk inside a Walmart, I see all this cardboard and I'm like, man, I don't know. Well, they're open on Saturday, so I'll just go after work tomorrow.